So let's get started today for class. And we'll start on our backs.
Oh, good.
No props right now, just on your backs, knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Constructive rest position. Shoulders relaxed down on the floor. Arms by your side. Wherever you are in your space, take a deep breath in. And a big exhale, letting go. And just doing that again to land here on your mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. So arriving here this morning and just letting things be just as they are without having to change the way you're breathing, change the way you're feeling. Just being here for a few breaths, letting this be your starting point for your practice. Knowing that it's okay just the way it is. As you're here, you made it to your mat, you're right where you need to be. And begin that journey of bringing your attention inward, away from your day-to-day, away from your commitments. And just beginning to scan over your body to notice how you're feeling this morning, what's going on. And again, without trying to change anything, just noticing if there's sore places, tight places, places that feel really good or open. Just kind of making that mental map, taking that screenshot of your body. And then again, tuning back to your breath, noticing your inhale. And noticing this next exhale. Breath can be your anchor for practice, which you continue to return to as we move from pose to pose. On your next breath, draw your knees in towards your chest, hug them in. So a chance to release your low back, wrap your arms around your shins, and take a gentle side to side rock. Smoothing out your low back area. Giving ourselves some time to warm up this morning. And now placing your hands right on your kneecaps. Circle your knees around to the right. If you have a big steering wheel that you're moving around. With that idea, I remind you that you're the pilot today in your practice. You're in charge. This is your practice. And I can be maybe, I don't know my role, the co-pilot, the navigator maybe. But you're in charge to decide the intensity of your practice, when you need to rest, when you need to challenge yourself. Now circle the other way. And really letting yourself be in charge. There's so much that we don't have control over. But here on your mat, you're in charge. You have control over your practice, your body. Come back to center, take a breath. Bring your arms out wide like the letter T, and drop your knees over to the right, just kind of hovering off the floor. So just laying them towards the floor, and then lift them up through center. Knees come through center. And we'll travel to the other side. So knees move over towards the left, just hovering. So move from side to side. Using a little core, inhale, lift your knees. Using those core muscles, drop them over towards the right as you exhale. Lift as you inhale and left as you exhale. Lift up again. You can go side to side one more time. Just moving your knees with some control. Good. Lift and then over to the left. Lift. This time bring them to the right. Next time you're on the right and let them land on the floor and stay in your twist. So you can can see how Sharon has her left arm out to the side, palm can be up. You can look over your your left shoulder. Your knees are resting to the right. Breathe into the side of the body. Open up in this twist. Let it feel really good. Breath in here. And breath out. Just taking a little time to enjoy that twist. Now lift your knees through center and try the other side. So just knees move over towards the left. Reach that right arm out. Breathe here, easy breath. Come back to center and plant your feet back on the mat where we started. Good. Arms are still out by the side. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, curl up chin to chest and wrap your right arm over your left. So you're giving yourself a hug. On the inhale, open up again, head to the mat and arms out to the side. Exhale, curl up, other arm on top. So left arm, reach back, see maybe you can feel your shoulder blades. Inhale to open, and moving with your breath. So vinyasa, exhale, round up, wrap in. Inhale to opening, expand your chest. Exhale, wrap in. Inhale, open. We'll go once more each side. Moving, breathing, full and deep. That inhale can get even more expansive. And open back up. Take a breath here, your arms out to the side, head on the floor. And just let everything settle and sink. You can turn your head right to left. Chance to release your neck. It's maybe a no motion. And then come back to center. Bring the knees in towards your chest and hold behind your knees. Get ready to take 3 rocks to come up to seated. So you can roll up and roll back to your shoulder blades just 3 times. You can get yourself up to seated. There you go. And once you get there, just bring your feet to the floor. Bring your hands behind your hips and lift your chest. So pin your elbows towards each other as you lift your chest up. So it's kind of our first back bend. Feeling some stretch in that upper back, thoracic spine. Have a little partner there. Good. Bring your gaze forward. You can come up onto your tiptoes and hold behind your knees, and we'll work our way into boat pose, bringing your shins parallel to the floor. She's gonna make sure that you do this right. Good. You can bring your big toes together, feet are flexed, chest towards thighs, thighs towards chest. Nice. You can reach your arms forward, having a little more strength through your center, and maybe play with straightening your legs. It might be a little early for that, but you can try it out for 1 leg at a time. Take another breath here. Feet to the mat. Sit up tall and just let your knees fall away from each other. Slide right into a butterfly stretch with your legs. Again, just beginning to warm up your hips. And you can round forward here. Again, taking it just to that right place because we're still warming up. Low back might be a little tight this morning, so you don't have to go far. Just letting your head hang as you come to that C curve. Again, you can add a little sway side to side here, rocking motion. Sit up nice and tall, and then come into a cross-legged position. So you can sit and turn. You can turn to our friends. Bruce wants to get back in. We'll let him in. So an easy cross-legged sit. Just for a moment, glance down and notice which leg's in front. That's your favorite one. And let's switch it up. Let's bring the other one forward, just because. That might change the way you're sitting on your hips, your balance, see if you can adjust. Reach both arms up towards the ceiling, interlace fingers, and press your palms up. Beginning to feel that stretch there from the sit bones, from the hips, all the way up through the shoulders and through the heels of the hands. Nice. From the pit of the belly. Good. Pressing forward is a good option too if your shoulders are tight. Take another breath. Release your hands, reach them up. Plant your right hand on the floor and begin to move towards the right with that left arm. To the side bend. And as you reach over towards the right, make sure that left hip is still drawing down towards the floor. Breathe into the side of the body, your rib cage. Take a couple breaths here. Notice how your body's feeling. Is there room to move deeper into that stretch? Again, you're the pilot. Decide. Make that choice, the best choice for you. And then take your top arm, bring it to your right knee, move into a twist. You're facing the right wall. Right hand can come behind you, left hand's on your right knee. Must be Friday. Take a breath here. Easy twist. Turn back to the front, reach both arms up. Take a breath. Now this time, left hand comes to the mat and right arm reaches to the side. Chest continues to face the front. Nice job, everybody. Reaching through your fingertips. Again, find that just right spot in your stretch. And as you hold here for another breath, get curious to see if, is that the right spot today? Can I go a little further? Do I need to back off? Just explore that. Find that edge. Breath in, breath out. Nice. Coming back towards your twist, bringing your right hand towards your left knee, lifting your spine, lengthening, and looking towards the left. Twisting. Breathe here. Full deep inhales and long exhales to let go. Come back to center, face the front, and switch your legs. So bring your favorite leg forward. To that favorite leg forward. Stay cross-legged. Just drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, so stretching the side of the neck. Holding any tension there, clenching, that might feel good. And now make a half circle, chin rolls towards your chest and all the way to the other side until your left ear comes towards your left shoulder. Let's take it back to the first side. Chin to chest, roll it right around. And once more, left ear to left shoulder. You found a particularly sticky spot along the way, you can go back there and revisit and try and take an extra breath. Sometimes that can open things up. Tight through my shoulders there. And then bringing your gaze forward, looking straight ahead, sitting with a long spine, getting all the length you can as you root down and then rise up through the crown of your head. Just close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath seated, noticing your breath. Feeling maybe some warmth building in your body. Feeling some openness. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring your hands in front of you towards the floor. Keep going, shift your weight, roll over your shins, and come to child's pose. You can make all that happen. Yeah, child's pose, big toe stretch, knees wide this first round. Rounding forward on your mat. That's it. Settling with your hips dropping towards your heels. Creep your arms forward. Up maybe onto your fingertips so your arms are really straight. Yeah. Begin to lift your elbows up off the mat. Full breath in here. Deep breath out. Now walk your hands over to the right. I'm coming into a side stretch here. And you could stack your left hand on top of your right. Your hands might move right off your mat over towards the right side. Keep reaching your hips, especially your left hip, back towards your heels. Finding even more length through that side. And then traveling your hands across the floor, second side. Hands slide over towards the left. Right hand can stack on the left. Deep breath in. And full breath out. Come back to center. And then rise up to your tabletop position, hands and knees. So drawing your knees right under your hips, adjusting, working around any animals, cats, so your cats might be there. And we'll move into cat-cow. So inhale, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale, flexion through your spine, rounding. And go again, looking, oh my gosh. And rounding. You just keeping an eye on everybody who's there on Zoom. And just take a couple more rounds, lifting.
Managing our mat space.
Yes. Rounding in. That's perfectly good. Come back to tabletop after this next round. Lengthen out through your spine. Plant your palms on the mat. And circle your hips to the right. So these are just freestyle big hip circles. You can go back all the way to child's pose. You can come forward, almost a cobra. Just circling your hips. You need to stir the pot. Yeah. I don't know if she likes this enough. And then circle the other direction. So we give equal time to both sides. Yeah. Again, you might notice one side feels easier, or you have one spot. If I do that's particularly sticky, so you can spend a little extra time there to kind of smooth it out. Return to your tabletop position, hands and knees. And now just another variation. On our inhale, we'll come forward, hips towards the floor, lifting your chest. Almost like a cobra or up dog variation. And exhale, child's pose. So we're moving forward and back. Inhale, come forward, slinking forward, lifting your chest. Moving with your breath as you exhale, press on back. And take that 2 more times. Again, if it feels good to speed it up, go for it. If it feels good to go really slow, do that. So really making this practice your own today. Good, nice everyone, nice sound, that looks great. And again, not just looking good, but hopefully it feels good from the inside. Next time you're back, stay back in child's pose. So the next one you take that pushes you back, stay back there. Reset in your child's pose. Take a breath in. Settle as you exhale. Just this breath. Clasp your hands behind your back. Interlace fingers and lift your arms away from your body. Again, if that feels safe in your shoulders. Shoulder stretch, nice. Holding here. Again, finding some mobility, you can move your arms right and left. Now see if you can keep your hands clasped and lift all the way up to a kneeling position. So come on up to kneeling. You need to draw your knees in under your hips. Draw your arms down now and lift your chest again, looking up. You can open and close your mouth here. And if you have your mask on, I won't know it. You can. You could stick out your tongue. That's the advantage of the mask. A breath. Release your hands. Bring your hands behind your head. So you're supporting your head. You're still looking up. You're still gazing up at the stars. Elbows are wide. And then supporting your head, bring your gaze forward. So your gaze is straight ahead. Relax your arms down and just roll your shoulders up, back, and down. That feel really good to loosen that up. Anyone else feeling that? And roll your shoulders forward. Relax your arms down. You can interlace fingers and let's just pulse forward. So we're stretching into our breaths. A little pulse here. Palms press outward. Press forward, take a breath, and then press your palms up towards the ceiling. Just like we will when we're standing in mountain pose, you want a lot of length. Stay with it. And you've got this nice line from your knees, hips right over knees, shoulders right over hips, and then reaching up, pressing into your palms. Great. Bring your arms out to the side and step your right leg out, toes point forward. So it's almost like you're standing in second warrior. Beautiful. So your foot's out to the side, your toes can point forward if you can. Try turning your gaze over your left hand, just like you would when you're standing in warrior two. Adjust as you need to for your balance. Nice, everyone. As you inhale, lift up like reverse warrior, reach your left arm up and your right hand can slide down your leg. Come back to your warrior, your faux warrior two. Reaching, looking over your fingertips. And once more, stretch, reach back like reverse warrior, left arm up. Take a big breath in, hold that stretch. Another chance to open up. And then swim that arm all the way to your mat or to a block. Left hand comes down. You can just show it. Show it. Demo. Hand can be on the floor. Good. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Palm can face the front, so just flip, that'll be easy on your shoulder. That's good. Take a breath here. Now, what pose does this remind us of? Anyone? Lift your leg and you're in half moon. Sorry. So just like you would practice in half moon, now we've got a straight line from pressing out through your heel to your hip to your shoulder. And try taking that arm overhead. So reaching through your fingertips. Nice. Keep pressing out through your foot. Foot can always come down if you need balance. Bring those toes to the mat and come back to a kneeling position. So both knees on the mat and arms by your side. Just reset like you would. Yeah, let's do a little shake there. Shake it out a little bit. And then setting up for the second side. So your left leg steps out, going to the side, and your left toes could point forward. A few obstacles, the least. Don't trip yourself. And arms are going to be out to the side, palms face down. Nice, that looks beautiful. Oh, not so good on your knees.
My God.
Good. Yeah. So with your arms out to the side, try looking over your right fingertips. And again, make any adjustments if you need more cushioning or come out of the pose if you like. Take a break when you need to. Beautiful. Warrior two, just like when we're standing. Now flip that right hand, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Stretch up. Come back to that warrior two shape, looking over your right fingertips. Once more, inhale, reach up and back, reverse. So I think we get this impression in our body in that screenshot. Come back to your warrior two. When we get to standing, we're going to feel this in our bodies. You can try it one more time, reverse, and then warrior two. Now bringing your right hand to the floor or your block. To your toes, reaching your left arm up to the ceiling this time. And you can float that leg up off the floor if that's an option for you. And you're balancing, just like half moon pose. Nice. And here it's easy to look up at your fingertips when we're balancing in the middle of the floor. Not so easy. You can do it here. See how that feels. Take your arm all the way overhead. Reach your left arm towards the right. Full stretch through that side of your body. Bring it all back in. And take child's pose for a breath. So wind everything in. Come back to your child's pose and take a breath. Again, just checking in, notice right side of your torso, left side, find that length. Breathe into both sides. Getting ready to come up to tabletop. Bringing your forearms to the mat and step into a low plank. So step your legs back and find low plank position. Forearms pressing down towards the earth. Good. Belly lifting up and in. Strong, steady, sturdy, like a nice board. Good, looks great, everyone. Breathing here, pressing back through your heels. Another deep breath in. And full breath out. Knees to the mat. Come into Sphinx Pose. So lower your hips to the mat. Open your forearms up, fingers point forward, and lift your chest. Take a breath here, bringing some extension to your spine. Bringing your gaze just past the end of your mat. Nice. Really fill up on this inhale, like your ribs are opening side to side laterally, and drawing in as you exhale. A little less height, and walk your hands back by your shoulders. Come into a low Cobra Stretch. Just low Cobra, lifting your chest. Good. Tops of the feet on the floor now. Breathe here. Take an inhale. Exhale a little bit less height. Forehead comes towards the floor. Revisit. Inhale Cobra again. Lift your chest. Good. And a little less height. Being mindful of your low back as you back bend. Inhale, lift, chest opens. Nice, everyone. A little less height. And see if you can bring your hands away from the mat. So chest stays lifted. Now you're really engaged through those back muscles. Beautiful. Big inhale. And exhale. Hands plant on the floor. Come back to tabletop position. Tabletop. Inhale, look up. Cow pose. Exhale, scoop and round for cat. Look up, breathe in, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Boom, there you are. Take the pose and visit this pose today and see how it feels for you. Bend one knee and then the other, walk out your dog. Sometimes these poses that we kind of do so automatically, it's hard to do them with that beginner's mind. To really see, get curious about what's going on. So that's the invitation today. How are your legs feeling in this pose? How are your hips, low back? And maybe that's the answer and you want to take a rest. That's okay too. You've got the right answer for you. In down dog, lift both heels, bend your knees, drawing your chest close towards your thighs so you're in a crouching position. Good. Keeping your spine long, straighten your legs, hips are lifted. So back to downward facing dog. And again, lift your heels, bend your knees, chest towards thighs. From here, straighten your legs so you get maximum length towards your spine. Deep breath in, full breath out. Look forward, we'll walk feet towards hands, so you're coming towards the top of your mat. Yeah, make your way up there. Fold forward in your Uttanasana ragdoll stretch. Hanging forward letting your head hang. Try clasping your elbows so you're in ragdoll with your biceps by your ears, your arms kind of framing your head. Yeah. A little bend to the knees and sway side to side. Feel weight into both feet. Release your arms, let them be heavy and loose. Nod your head yes. Yes. Yes, you can. Be a yes. And then shake it out no. Good. And then just let your head hang. Let your shoulders be soft and easy. Bend your knees. Come up halfway with your hands on your thighs. Lift your chest just like you did in cow pose with your tail kind of lifted in the back. Good. From here, keep those knees bent and exhale round, just like cat stretch. Lift the chest again, breathing in, pressing forward. Stay here, breathing. Bend your knees a little bit more, so you're moving into that squat position. You can reach your arms back, palms face each other, like you're holding a big ball between them. You can imagine pressing your hands in. Yeah. Good. Rise all the way up to stand. Reach up. Let's add some graphics for that. Reach one arm up, and then the other little lines of energy. Little rope climb here. Come back to center. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend both elbows. Lift your chest. Standing back up. Inhale, reach up. Hands to heart center. Establish this tall length through your spine. Standing pose. Inhale, reach up. Swan dive forward, exhale. Take a few sun breaths. Halfway lift. Fold in. Rise up to stand, sweep up. And hands to heart center. Just moving through that to move some energy. Sweep up, breath in. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Rise up. Hands to heart. One more round. When you land with your hands at your heart center, just take a breath here. Again, resetting. See if you can pause with just a moment of stillness. Standing with the crown of your head reaching up. And feeling your feet on your surface of your mat. Relaxing your toes, not gripping. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach up. Swan dive forward. Halfway lift. Step to plank. To a high plank position. Again, this could be with your knees on the mat or legs straight. Looks good, everyone. Take a deep breath in your high plank. Exhale. Downward facing dog. High plank. Even though it's Friday, we'll just do a couple of these. Downward facing dog. High plank, hold your high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, we'll lower towards the mat. So again, knees can come down, bending your elbows, coming all the way down fluidly. Inhale, lift your chest to cobra. This could look like up dog, if you like. And then make your way to downward facing dog. So maybe through tabletop or roll over your feet. Looks good. That's a nice variation, dog. Susan, good job. Down dog, take a breath in and empty it out. We're going to step the right leg forward for a lunge. Yes, we are. So do what you need. You could always slide in here and show this. You could always come to tabletop and take your leg forward from there. It's difficult for you. But come into your lunge, back heel lifted, and right knee back. Yes, come to the ball right foot. That's it. Deep lunge, breath in, and breath out. Keeping your left hand down, lunge, twist, lift your right arm up, and look towards the right, other way. Yeah. There you go. It's more stable. Good. And as you twist to the right, draw that right knee close towards the midline of your body. Hug it in. Breath here. Untwist, hand comes down, back knee to the mat, and walk your hands up towards your right knee. So lift your torso. Nice. So if you have a block, you want to put it just to the outside of your right hip. You don't need a block, but have a block. Just put it there. I'm going to take, in this position, we're going to reach your left arm up so your right hand can be on your hip or on your block, and we'll side bend towards the right in this shape. So you're getting a nice stretch for your hip flexor on your left side as you lower your hips towards the floor. You get to feel that great stretch all the way from your knee, hip, side of body, all the way through your fingertips. So you can make that connection, open it up. Good work, everyone. Ease out of the stretch, both arms reach up. Get really tall, big breath in, and exhale. Inhale, bend your elbows, cactus arms. Reach up, hands to the mat, frame that front foot. Tabletop position. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So lift your hips. Breath in, deep breath out. Stepping the other leg forward, left leg forward for your lunge. So left leg comes forward, back toes are tucked. Find your lunge stretch. Again, blocks can come into play right here. Give you some height. Keeping your right hand down, lift your left arm, reach up, look up, twist to the left. Thinking you could turn your hand to face the left. That way is easier. A little better for your shoulder, right? Twisting, breathing here. Keep drawing that left knee this time towards the midline. One more breath. Let's untwist, bring your hand down, back knee to the mat. Arms reach up. Sweep up. Find your balance. Find your breath. How's your knee doing? It's much better. And this time you might want your block outside that left hip for balance. Extend through your right fingertips and side bend over towards your bent knee, towards the left. Yeah. And finding that length on the other side. Breathe in here. Sinking in. 2. One more breath. Come back to center. Both arms reach up, get long through both sides. Match that length, right side, left side. Big inhale. Hands to the mat. Come back to tabletop. Take a breath in, look up. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Exhale. Easy breath in and full breath out. Move towards the top of your mat, feet towards hands, step and rock. Lift halfway. Fold forward. Rise up to stand. Sweep your arms all the way up. Hands to heart center. Exhale. Reset. So step the right leg back and open to warrior 2. So right leg steps back, open to warrior 2 pose. Just take that giant step. Adjust your feet and arms reaching wide. Look over your front fingertips, your left fingers. Remember that feeling you had when you were kneeling. Remember you felt balanced, torso was really lifted between your legs. Find that now. Reverse warrior, inhale, reach up and back. That left knee can stay back. Warrior two, reach forward. You do that one more time. Reverse, reach up and back through your left fingertips. Warrior two, hold warrior two for a moment. Bring your left forearm to your thigh and reach upward with your right arm for extended side angle, moving into extended side angle. You can reach your arm overhead. That right arm reaches towards the top of your mat. Keep some weight into your back foot. That'll help anchor you. Yeah, it's adjustment. And take a breath here. Now bring that top arm alongside your body. So bring it along your leg. Look down in front of your left foot. Maybe you have a block there. And bring your hands to your block at the floor. Shift your weight. There's that big moment of shifting your weight. Here we are. We're getting ready for our half moon pose that we practiced on the mat. Pressing out through the sole of your foot. Pressing down into your left foot. Hold here for a breath and move in and out of the pose. See what happens. See what happens when you try it. Yeah. Maybe you go flying. Maybe you fall, but it's not a long way to go. Last breath here. And warrior two. So bring that foot down, find warrior two again. Take a breath here. Deep breath in. Settle yourself with the exhale. Straighten your leg. Bring your arms down, turn your toes to the long edge of your mat. You're in a wide-legged stance. Hands to your hips. Lift your chest, open up. Open up through your heart. Big inhale. Hip shift forward. And as you exhale, forward fold. So wide leg forward fold. Come on down so your head's moving towards the ground. Your hands can come to the floor or a block. Letting your head be heavy again. Just dangling. Breathe in here and breathe out. Feel a stretch for the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. And again, find that just right point for it. Just this breath, right here, right now. From this wide leg position, walk your hands forward. So it's like almost feels like down dog, but a wide leg variation. Just try that out. Just walking your hands forward a bit. Spine is long, hips are lifted. That's it. So really press into your hands. Feel like you're firmly connected to the ground. And then walk your hands back. Bring your hands to your hips and rise up to stand. All the way up. Stand tall. Good. Turn your right toes towards the back of your mat. You might need to adjust your feet for warrior two, pointing towards the back of your mat. And if you have your block, you're going to move it towards the other end of your mat. Take it with you. Good. So find warrior two again. And warrior two now would be your left leg that's really straight. You can roll the outside edge of your foot towards the mat. There's that knee. Looking over your right fingertips. Taking a breath here. Again, maybe feeling as supported, as lifted as you did when we did this when we were on the mat. Let's reverse warrior. Reach that right arm up and back. Open up the right side. Warrior two. Level it out. One more time, reverse, reach up, stretch through the right. And warrior two. One more time, same thing. Breathe in, reach up, reach back. Warrior two. Lowering your right forearm towards your thigh for extended side angle. That's it. So Kevin, shorten up just a little bit and bring, so you can bring the whole side of the foot towards the back. Yeah, a little closer. We won't see. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So we're in side angle pose with a lot of leg through the side. Bring your arm alongside your torso. Look down past your right foot. Hand comes to the floor or a block. Half moon pose. Float that leg up. So really straight, fence pose straight through your right leg. And left leg lifted. And you can always keep your toes on the floor. You can play with lifting that leg. Practice, so find your points of contact, that right foot, right hand, and then the left leg floats up. Take another breath. Warrior two, land the pose. Both feet on the floor, look forward. Warrior two, inhale, and exhale. Drop your arms by your side, turn your toes to the long edge of your mat again. You're back in that wide leg position. Clasp your hands behind your back. Draw your arms down, lift your chest. Back bending, heart opening. Come to that forward fold once more with your legs wide. Your arms can stay clasped over your back, behind your back, and your arms reach up. Good job, everyone. Let it go here. See if you can keep your hands clasped as you travel back up. So letting your arms almost pull you back upright. Lifting your chest, come all the way past vertical. Lifting and opening, yes. Finding some open-heartedness this Friday. And then release your hands, bring your gaze forward. Just turn your left toes towards the top of your mat and step back to the top of your mat. Step your right foot to meet your left. Back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Reconnect. Find your balance. Find your center. Inhale, reach up. Swan dive forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Step into plank pose again. Once more, we'll visit plank for the last time today. Take a breath here. And we'll slowly lower towards the mat, your version. Again, bending your elbows like Sharon is, legs are straight, beautiful, or knees to the mat. Come all the way down. Clasp your hands behind your back. One more back bend here. Lifting into locust, chest lifts, legs lift, everything opens up. Fire up your breath. Options here, you could be in Sphinx Pose if locust is a little intense for you today. If you're in that locust pose, a half locust, breathe in. Exhale. Last deep breath in. Let it all go. And turn your head to the right. And just rest on your mat, head turned to the right. Bend your arms, bend your elbows. So your arms are just resting by your side. Now try drawing your right knee out to the side into a half frog position. So half frog, be like this. Be like this. You know, like that. So you got a 90-degree angle at your hip. Your lower legs just at 90 from your knee. Yeah, that feel okay. So it's pretty gentle. It's a gentle hip opener. Your foot's flexed. Once you get in there, maybe you can just let yourself get a little heavier on the ground. You don't need to go anywhere. You're not about to pop up. I'm not doing another plank, I promise. You're just resting here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And letting this part of your practice be just as important as the active part. And that ability to move from one to the other is how you build resilience. And just slowly straighten your right leg. Gently turn your head the other way. Turn your head left. And so you can draw that left knee out to the side. Switching sides. Yep. Just like you might see a baby resting in a crib. They sleep like this. Let yourself be as soft here as you can. As you slow down, maybe letting the thoughts, the dialogue slow down, the inner dialogue, and just be with your breath. Stretch that leg long behind you and roll onto your back. Just roll over. Put yourself over. Let's bend the knees and go back to that starting position we had, that constructive rest, knees bent, feet on the floor, arms by your side. Notice here how your body's feeling. Make sure, walk your heels in close to your hips, setting up for a bridge stretch. As you inhale, lift your hips and your arms sweep overhead. As you exhale, roll everything back down to the mat. Everything comes down at the same time. And you could do that again, that rolling bridge. Inhale, reaching up, hips lift, arms sweep up. And exhale. Like a sigh, like a breeze, everything comes down. Good. Try that one more time. Just easy bridge. And bring everything back down. Settle. Release. Draw your knees towards your chest. Hug them in. Give them a squeeze and rock side to side. Let's plant the right foot on the floor and cross the left ankle at the right knee, setting up for a figure 4 stretch. You can draw your right thigh towards you. Whichever side you're on, and you can play with any variations that you like. You're targeting the outside of that hip. Noticing any tight places and maybe soften into them as you hold the stretch for another breath. Unwrap your legs, take happy baby pose, soles and feet to the ceiling, knees wide. Rocking here for soothing, for calming. Yep. And then setting up for your figure 4 on the second side. So crossing the other ankle, whichever one you didn't do. Left at right. Taking this to the just right intensity spot, that Goldilocks spot. Breathing here. Holding for just one more round of breath. Staying with it, staying present. And then unwrapping your legs, it's happy baby pose again. Soles of the feet to the ceiling, knees wide. Again, being in charge of how this feels, how you're doing this today. Gently rock side to side. You can straighten one leg and then the other. And then hug your knees into your chest, squeeze them in. Give them a good hug. Lift your forehead, draw your forehead towards your knees, squeeze everything in tight. Open up for Shavasana, resting stretched out on your mat. So find your best position. Find some warmth with maybe a blanket, socks, pillow under your head or your knees, and relax on your mat. So coming into Shavasana, that pose that lets us just let go of the doing and just be here on your mat. Not having to manage your breath or any positions. Letting your muscles be relaxed and soft. Take a deep breath in Shavasana. Full breath out. An easy breath just as you are. Feeling the echo of your practice. The echo of the sounds of those vibrations. Just sensing that internally. And then shifting your focus to the space around you externally. Letting your breath be the connection between the two. Beginning to move your fingers and toes and bring yourself back slowly. As you're ready, you could bend your knees and roll to your side. Just roll to your favorite side. And then slowly coming up to a seated position where you can sit with a long spine. Very good. So sitting tall on your mat. Maybe having your eyes closed. You can keep your focus inward for just a few more moments before you get pulled away. Bring your hands together right in front of your heart center. Remembering that feeling that you can be in control of your own body with that connection, finding your breath. Being able to take that with you out into your day. Drawing your thumbs up to your forehead. Recognizing the light in each of us. Together we can say, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, people. Thank you, Gigi, for being like this little demo dog. She had a very relaxing. She had the chill practice.